everybody. So, welcome. I want to go ahead and start streaming this online here. Hi everybody. Gonna go over some futures here I'm trading in the trading room. Alright, hope everybody is doing well out there, and I want to point out oil as the first one. Hey, by the way, before I start, I just want to say Forex futures stocks are indeed very risky, and unless you are willing to lose everything in your account, then do not bother. Government required disclaimer. I kind of tweaked it to my own words there. So Nasdaq, that's what we're going to look at first here. I'd rather go over that now that I think about it than oil first. What is going on with this now? We have coronavirus. People around the world seem to be getting sick. Why isn't the stock market discounting some of the problems that may result from this coronavirus? And, these are some very interesting questions. Many people obviously would have jumped to the conclusion that, hey, stock market's going to crash. We haven't seen that. We've seen a little pullbacks here and there, which I'll go over right here. We had, first off, we had pullback from Monday. Okay, we had that gap down, the move, and then that just got bought. And not only did it get bought, we made new highs today. So you got to be really careful to think that the world is coming to an end because there's a coronavirus. Well, news is one thing, stock market movement is another. So be really, really careful to think that just because news came out and it seems to be really, really bad news, that we're actually going to get a move lower. On a flip side, what am I looking at here? Looking at the Nasdaq here. And the reason I'm looking at the Nasdaq is, we did get bad news bad guidance, I should say, from Apple. All right. Now, as a result, everybody thought yesterday was going to be a pretty big down day. We did not get that. We started to see buying once again. I think it's going to play out at some point. And I did start a short up here, 97.29. This is on the NAS 100 now. I'm showcasing this to you in the a CFD account, since a lot of the members seem to trade their futures from the CFD. So I'm going to be more accurate with the pricing structure here. When I'm telling you it's 97.30, it's also a different price on futures if you just trade in futures E-mini interactive brokers. So at any rate, I believe this is March contract, which is what I have. I'm short that on E-minis as well. Nasdaq. So, right here, this is bullish. All right. If you are a trend trader, you would not be shorting this. Okay. So, when I say I just shorted it, this was shorted on a small scale, and it's more of a wait and see type of short. All right. Now we can always add to it. Now let's talk about the momentum. Is there a shift in momentum? Well, we're not seeing that just yet. But you can see this channel line that let me just zoom into this. Look at this channel line that I drew. We're getting very close to that. And my channel's a little bit higher than where it should be. If I take this and I just bring it down just a little bit to get a little closer where it should be, we are right on that channel. So, I think this is a good area if you're looking for a move off of the highs. This may just be it, but you got to be careful because we can also pop through here and run some stops. So, a tight stop is not recommended. This is one of those trades that you get in and you just want to let it be. Okay, you're going to be sitting on this one. Well, I'll hold this until 4 p.m. and then I'll reevaluate it. All right, so it's just one of those trades. Once again, this is the Nasdaq and this is the futures. This would be if you don't trade CFDs, which is essentially futures. You just do it through a Forex account. It would be the E-mini March. E-mini March. Oil. Where are we going with oil here? Well, look back in the videos. I called 52 and I went long here. 2 levels. I am still long. I am not out, not looking to get out today. We broke above that 52.35 that I had spoke about, and now we are making our way higher. So I would be careful if you're looking to short oil here. I don't care about the coronavirus. That's just news. We're looking at what is the stock future Forex pair doing. News is not our primary concern when we trade. All right. So oil in general has some fundamental complications, I know. If you're talking about the possible impact of the coronavirus, will that slow down business? Absolutely. But when really is that the complete picture? When you're trading a future such as oil, when is just a news bit the complete picture? Because remember, there's a lot of tools that OPEC has in their toolbox. For example, tightening the supply is obviously gonna bring up the price. All right, and that's what's been talked about now recently. You had Russia, you had the Middle East. I mean, when they start talking about tightening supply and actually make a move and agree, yes, that can affect the price of oil. So just because the coronavirus will be hit, or let's say the geopolitical environment of the world is slowing down, or a particular country, that is not going to be the only factor that's going to move price. You got to be really concerned with how you take your trades when you pay attention and you follow the news. And some people just get confused because they're reading an article and it's almost like I say almost guaranteeing that oil's going to move up or down, and you go ahead and you take the trade and you're like, well, I read all these articles, and so as traders, we just can't pay too much attention to things like that. Yes, we can read it, but then we also have to take it with a grain of salt, as they say, right? All right, so look at the bigger picture here of oil. Why don't we just kind of move up? Look at the daily here. So where do we go from here on oil? Okay, obviously, we're making a move up. And, some may say, well, I'm not going to get in now, and I don't suggest getting in now. But where do we go? Where's the target? If you are in, well, it's a very, very good question. I can only give you some, ideas of what could happen. Of course, nobody really knows. All right. So where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? I would say at the most, we're going to be looking at the 57 area. That would be at the most. In other words, a very aggressive move. Am I looking for that just now? I don't know. I mean, for all I know, we can, kind of consolidate here at the 23 and come back and retest the lows. So this here is not a trade that I'll be holding for a while. It's a trade that I'm still long, and I will just send that alert out and just kind of give everybody my thoughts on what I'm going to do with this. And probably do that within the next, I'll send that out about 3. All right, Brad, you got it. Yeah, I'll send that as an email, or you can, just log in and I'll post the results. So that's where we are now. That's 2 futures, and I just wanted to really give you my thoughts. And we talked about Bitcoin. In fact, Bitcoin has been something that we have been trading, and we've been doing very well. And we did take a trade off of this area. Remember, gap down, and then this was the area that we took profits, and you could see it went right back up. So right now, Bitcoin, we are flat. Not long, not short, flat Bitcoin, not in Bitcoin. All right, and this is another situation here where you do have that strong bullish bias, so you don't want to be shorting. And if you are, short with a small position, but right now I don't see a short setup. Now let's say we consolidate at this 50, maybe we make a head and shoulders, and maybe I'll jump back in. So, and now the Australian New Zealand, because you heard me say that I was short. Well, guess what? I did get out when we came down and revisited our area. That was yesterday. I got out. It was just too choppy. Sent that alert out. We got out at the break-even mark. Then we saw the pop, and then we saw a little drop. Absolutely something I am canceling off of my watch list for now. I was expecting the New Zealand to continue to get stronger after that announcement from the Bank of New Zealand that, we did see the spike. It happened for about a day. And then the weakening came in once again. And that's not a risk-on, risk-off thing. It's just in general. It just hasn't been getting bought. You've been seeing the Australian dollar making a little bit of progress here. But the New Zealand dollar, I said New Zealand, Australian dollar really hasn't been moving in the way that many probably would have thought, given this coronavirus scare with China. I mean, I don't think it really made much of a move. And I know I'm jumping to Forex now, but Australian dollar can also be bought in futures. But here we are, and just keep in mind that we're probably going to make new lows. I mean, we're retesting these lows here on the Australian dollar. So now, if we do make new lows, where do we go? Well, you know what? We have this area, 66, 69. At that point, I would just say, if you're staying short, just put a stop above that, area. Maybe give it, at least 20 pips there, and let it be. But these 3 futures that I just wanted to focus on. You have the Nasdaq, which just continues to go sideways now. That's something that I stepped into a small short on. And then we have the oil, which I'm staying long at least for now. And we've been long here for a few days. And also, we have Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, I am staying neutral. I am not long and I am not short. We went long here. We went short here recently. Over the course of the last 7 days, did very well. So that's the story. And I am sticking to it. All right. Does anybody have any questions, or maybe you want to share a trade that you're trading? Yeah, correct, Stan. This is actually the volume bars here. But just keep in mind, when you're dealing with volume bars on, let's say, a Forex broker, I wouldn't take it too serious, okay? You want to get that volume bar from an exchange, So this is a bit confusing. I actually should take that off. Okay, and momentum is a different story. It's just measuring the momentum. And yes, I do use that as a useful component of my trading. keep in mind, if you look at the 1 hour, it's still not set up for a contrarian trade here just yet. Daily is looking a little weak, but we have to wait for price action to confirm that. Yep. Oh, you are? Okay. Well, good for you. Good for you. So he's still long oil. Yeah, I'm going to stay at least, I don't know. As I said, I'll send an alert. We'll see how it reacts. And I'll make a decision by 3 of what I'm going to do. Okay, but everybody has their own style. I don't always like to hold a lot. So determine what style yours is, whether or not you like to hold for a few days or you like to get out. And that's, going to determine how you should be placing your stop, your target. But yeah, I'll definitely, it's listed there. Great job, Steve. Great job. Yep, you took that, huh? I mean, I didn't post a ton, but if you remember, if you go back in the video yesterday, actually, wait, I think it was the day before. That was Monday. I was just telling everybody about we had that consolidation, and we probably are going to see a move higher in the dollar yen. Well, great job for taking that trade. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we had the consolidation. We had that trend line. It just looked to me like we were going to be breaking, and we did finally. Took a while, huh? Yep, that trend line goes way back. Look at this. And for those of you just watching this on YouTube, go back and watch that video where I just briefly went over my thoughts on this. But yeah, it's not only that, it's also, we had numbers out of Japan. They weren't good. We're having a risk on. That's going to propel it higher. We're getting some good numbers out of the U.S. So, there's a lot of varying factors too. So we had technical and we had fundamentals all lined up. It was a very good one. Harry, you took it. Nice. It looks like a lot of people did. Yep. Yeah, I don't line them up one after another. So, but this week I can't do the one-on-ones if that's, yeah, you could just send an email. She'll get back to you. 97.34. Making our ways to the high of the day. All right, so yeah, I'm going to place my stop above this trend line here. All right. All right, everybody, so I'm going to conclude this on YouTube. I'll send an alert and email out with some key levels for this one here. Absolutely. All right, everybody, have a good one. Take care.